What's up? What's up? Okay, I'm back. I'm back again. All right. We have the very distinct honor of chatting with my girl, Shayla Huber, and we're going to be talking about a few things. So Shayla has been with us with the mental wellness company for just about 4 months now, like three and a half.
Mm-hmm.
3.5 months, is seeing incredible results, which we're going to talk about a little bit, just some of the mind-blowing things that she's accomplished in a short amount of time, why she believes that she's seeing those results, and then what she's most excited for moving forward. So we kind of talked about some things before getting on, and I'm telling you, this girl's going to bring the fire, and you're going to love what Shayla has to say, not just because she's amazing and awesome, but I'm telling you, you're gonna be on fire by the time you get off of this Facebook Live, just as much as she is, because of how much energy she's gonna bring. Okay, so Shayla, you are an industry veteran. You've built a largely successful team, got to the top 1 to 2% in a network marketing company. What year did you start, and when did you build that team with the company that you were previously with?
Yeah. So for those of you who might not know, I started as a school teacher right out of college. I was a school teacher. Kind of thought that was my thing, and I still love to teach. But I married a rodeo cowboy who is gone all the time, and so I was like, this is not going to work. I can't stay home all the time. And so that's honestly what led me to network marketing in the very beginning. I wanted to pay off my student loans, and so I was with the company, dabbled a little bit. And then I joined my previous company in 2017. Mm-hmm. And it was something that I kind of jumped into because it was new. Yep. Nobody around me was doing it. I wasn't necessarily smart about the decision, but I was just like, this looks like a better opportunity. Let's see what happens. And it kind of blew up for me. Most likely because I wouldn't shut up about it, because I was excited and there was a lot of momentum around that business. To be honest, I built with a lot of my friends, a lot of family members, just people who knew me. And we were all just kind of excited about it. And that's where I was like, wow, this industry is for real. Like this, wow, it's for real. So I actually got to quit my teaching job. I was working that business full time, had a lot of success, 6 figures. And I'm just like, I've made it. Like I was kind of like literally thinking that. And looking back, I shouldn't have probably been so conceited, because I had no idea what was about to happen. And long story short, you guys, I had built a team of a lot of people I loved and I still love, but they just really weren't network marketers. They kind of hit their peak. And for those of you who are watching, if you guys can relate to that, let us know. Like you run out of your warm market, you hit your peak, and then it's just kind of like, what now? Tons of people on my team hit that. I hit that. And we didn't know what to do. Like we were all trying to cold message prospect. We were trying to do curiosity posts. We were doing events where no one would show up anymore. And it was just crumbling before my eyes.
Yeah.
And it was,
when you built, the primary method that you used was make a list of 100 and in-person events, essentially, right?
Exactly. And I was a person who I had an advantage because I did have a big network. I mean, I'll just be honest. I had a good network of people. It was a new thing, and everyone was excited about it. But the thing with that is it doesn't last. It's not long term. But at the time I had no idea. I had no idea what that type of momentum, that type of excitement could end. Yeah. And so that's kind of what happened. But yes, a lot of my warm market were who were joining me, and I still love them today. But what happened was it started to go down a little bit because people stopped coming to events. The list making wasn't working. I was honestly annoying a lot of people at this time. I wasn't authentic with my posts anymore. And I had quit my job. And so I almost got into desperation mode where I was like, now what do I do? And it was a scary place to be because I had a newborn. He was on my lap. I was trying to message people on Instagram who had no idea who I was. And it was just, I hated it. I thought maybe this industry wasn't for me. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you had that point where you were like, okay, I built this team, and maybe I'm not the leader that I thought that I was, because essentially you hit a wall and couldn't find new people because you didn't have a strategy. And then your team that you'd built was hitting that same exact wall because you didn't have a strategy to teach them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then your next step was investing in yourself and starting to really learn digital marketing and attraction marketing, and using social media in the way that we teach. You know, if you've watched any of the workshops in this group before, you know that we teach attraction marketing. We have a signature system that we've developed, and we've built it out for our network marketing team. It's exclusive for our network marketing team. Shayla, you went and kind of learned this on your own somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
And when you were evaluating, right? Because I remember kind of this conversation with you going back and forth a little bit. And when you were evaluating what to do, you told me you were in a place where you were like, okay, I know how to do this. I understand this. I see how attraction marketing works. I see how to grow outside of my warm market. But do I want to try to make this work with the company that I'm with? And try to build out this system so that I can have a duplicatable system for my team, or go somewhere where it's already put together? Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it was really interesting because before I invested in myself and before I learned some online marketing strategies, I was in that place where like, I'm not a network marketer. Like, I'm not going to message people. I am not going to be weird and spammy Tammy. And so that was really hard for me to be a 6-figure earner and to be in a place of like almost, disgust and almost just like, maybe I'm not a good leader. All of these doubts were going through my mind, but I know I'm not a quitter. I know that I see things through. And so when I found some online marketing techniques, I was like, okay, this is my answer. And I fully intended on building my own team system for a solid year. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to build my own team system. But with that, what happened was I lost a lot of the passion with my company before. And I couldn't put my finger on what was missing. Like, okay, I know some of these online marketing strategies. I know how to attract people. I was attracting 10 to 15 people a day at this point. I was doing a lot of the things, but I wasn't attracting people to my company. They would maybe ask me, and I like wasn't enrolling people. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And now that I see it, I was out of alignment with my previous company. And so I wasn't excited about it. People could sense my hesitation to sign them up. And I didn't have my own team system. What it came down to is I had no team system. And I kind of was somebody who's like, I'm a young mom. I'm on the road with my husband half the time. I just don't have a lot of extra time. And I'm like, do I want to take 6 to 12 months doing this, building this out, or do I want to plug into one? And I contacted my friend Sarah and Cassie and was honestly blown away with the system here. I had reached out from like a place of desperation, a place of like, I'm really scared because I don't know where I'm headed.
Yeah.
And so I had no idea about, Amari's company. I had no idea about the team system. I just knew there might be something here. And that's where I learned a lot.
Yeah. You were like, okay, I could either, go this on my own and kind of have to be the one that's leading the charge, or I could join, a team that's already in movement. All of the systems are in place, all of those kinds of things. So what did that decision for you look like? Like, what were a couple of, and before I ask that question, I want to know if when Shayla talked about alignment, if that hit home for you, I want you to drop hit home in the comments below, because I like that hits home for me on like a soul level where I'm like, yep, that is exactly, I've seen so many people over the last couple of years of building out this business that you can have everything on paper can look good and you can be doing things right. And if you're not in alignment with the company that you're partnered with the team that you're partnered with all of those things, you're not you may have the results. It's not going to feel well, or you won't get the results. right? It's one of those two things. You can get the results, but you don't like how you feel at the end of every day. Or you just flat out won't see the results if you're not in alignment. And when you're in alignment, it's like things are just flowing. It's fun. It's effortless. It just is better, right?
Yeah.
So for you, Shayla, when you were evaluating,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of making a switch, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like a big deal, right?
Yeah. A lot of tears, a lot of prayers, a lot, but in a short amount of time.
Yeah, in a short amount of time. Yep. You did make a quick decision.
Because it didn't take me long. It was a lot in like 3 days, because it didn't take me long, because I went into it with a business mindset. I'm like, okay, I do love, you know, I loved the products. I loved a lot of the girls in my previous company. Like, I had friendships there, you know, all of that. But I still, something was missing. The alignment piece was missing. And I'm like, I have to do this for my family. I have to just see if there's something else out there. And so took me about 3 days. And what I found was I checked the boxes, like you were saying, but it felt right. So it's the timing of Amari that really attracted me, because I've been there. I've been able to hit momentum. I can see people's incomes 10x because I've seen it and I've been there. The timing, just what Amari stands for as a company, the fact that they're very, very financially secure, and just the people who are the leadership of this company, it's incredible. But then the team system, I mean, that's probably what made me reach out first, was the team system. And to know that my people could plug in was huge for me, because I know that I'm a recruiter. I know that I bring people in. And so I wanted them to be able to plug in right away. And it was like, once I watched one workshop and I talked to you, I was like, I'm in, because it just makes sense. Yes, I'm still there for my team, but to know that I have you and Beck and the leadership here to like help me move forward quickly. Oh my gosh, it's everything. It's so duplicatable. Like, it's not even funny.
Yeah. And that when Beck and I came together and developed the system and the training system and then all of our funnels and everything that we have for our teams, like there were multiple different purposes. One, to have someone like you be able to plug in and just get into action right away and go recruit. Right. And then have a system immediately to plug people into, and really, you know, also have a system where no one gets left behind. So whether you are a top producer and a top recruiter and you do have a massive network to work from, that's awesome. We have systems, you know, for you to plug into and go build out, you know, your team really quickly. If you don't have as much experience and you don't quite, you know, have the network, and you need to understand, you know, you need to build that skill set to grow your network, right? We want to be able to serve those people as well. So for us, it was like this well-rounded system where no one gets left behind and everyone can really stand out and, you know, develop and grow their skill set, their mindset, belief, community, all of those kinds of things. So tell me what, you know, what you have loved the most, or like, what were the things that you noticed first that were the most surprising to you, as far as the, you know, enrolling people or enrolling team members and seeing them have results? Like, what was the most surprising thing to you with your first, you know, experience of building a team and this time around?
Well, the first thing that I'll say too, for people who have switched companies in the past, or like are either considering it now or whatever, have done it in the past, what tends to happen is people look at the company and it's like, okay, like, yeah, this is a great company. It's got great products. It's a great whatever. Everything seems to fit. But when you get into the team, you still have to prospect. You still have to spammy tammy, and you still will hit a wall eventually if you're using the same techniques over and over and over and over. So with this, what made this so different is that I knew that I had a attraction marketing system for myself to plug into, to plug my team into, and that for the legacy of my business, for, you know, the next 5, 10, 20 years, if I'm a network marketer and I'm doing this full time, I needed that. Like, that was so important to me, because there's gonna be ups and downs. Like there just will be. But knowing that I can wake up every day, I can know my job, I can know that I'm gonna keep working on these skill sets, like that's everything to me, because I don't want to keep riding a roller coaster of hitting a wall. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what this team is. This is why it's different, because you guys teach real skill sets, from attracting people to closing people, you know, and the whole, all of the training is there. And what really impresses me is, yes, Amari is an amazing company. Yes, everything is awesome, but the leadership, I mean, the fact that you guys show up every week is new to me. That's new to me. I don't want to say anything bad about my past leaders, but they just weren't consistent. And the consistency to me for you guys to pour into the team is like huge.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Okay. So I think one thing that is a common theme for a lot of us that are here, like we're looking to build a legacy. And you touched on that, right? So I want you in the comments to write legacy if you know that that's something that's important to you. You're not wanting to just dip your toe in, have a little bit of fun for a short period of time, and then, you know, move on about your life or join the next fad or join the next company that's, you know, at the tail end of momentum. But you really are looking for a legacy, somewhere that you can plant your feet and say, this is where I'm at, and start to build true residual income that is going to keep paying you, you know, years down the road. Because that's what we're all looking for, right, Shayla?
Oh yeah.
That's what creates that freedom that I think a lot of us are attracted to this industry for. So let's talk a little bit about the results that you and your team have seen in the past 3.5 months. So number one, we were talking about this before we were getting on. By the end of this month, you will have qualified for our incentive trip in Mexico in November. In 3.5 months, you will have qualified for that trip. What, like, tell me about that. And you've done this before. So you've, you know, qualified for incentive trips in the past with your previous company and all of that. But like, what does that feel like to that quickly, like, have that trip in the bag?
Well, first of all, it feels very generous, because I feel like they are making it doable for as many people to go on these trips as possible. So that to me shows the heart of the company, and it does feel so amazing. And like, I have my wall right here of all the people who have signed up so far. And even though I've earned it for me, last night I told Cody, I was like, I'm like even this close to earning it for you. And so I've never earned a trip for my spouse before. And so that really excites me if I can earn it for him also, because we don't do that. I mean, he's a girl boy. He's literally roping all day long. Like, we don't go on vacations, right? My honeymoon was at a rodeo. And so it's like, I'm taking you on a vacation, you know, for free. So that really excites me. And I am somebody who I need to celebrate first before moving on to the next step. But I'm like this close to that. It for him too.
Tell us in the comments if travel is something, like, if that would be a big deal to you. I want you to drop travel in the comments. And I remember when I joined, that was the very first goal that I set, was that I was going to earn the incentive trip, and I was going to earn it for my husband and I, Dace and I. And I always tell, you've heard me talk about this, you know, multiple times, but if you want your spouse to completely buy in and believe in you and be 100% on board and supportive, qualify for a trip and take them. And I promise you, they will never give you pushback again. When you take them on a 5-star, all-inclusive, you know, totally paid for, like, amazing trip, they're going to be like, so what do you need me to do? How can I help you? What do you need here? Let's get to that trip again. Like, every year he's like, trip points, come on, Cassie, go get enrolling people, you know? So, like, if you want your spouse on board, qualify for a trip. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, like, I am seriously so excited to earn that for him. Like, it'll be amazing, because like I said, we don't do that. Yeah.
Okay, so you, in 3.5 months, I think you've rank advanced 4 times and working on number 5 this month, pushing for that. So what has been different in that sense? I think, like, the really cool thing I see with you is you really started duplicating
Yeah.
really quickly. Like
Yeah.
you're 3, maybe even 4 levels deep now in
Yeah.
3.5 months.
Yes. I think like three. And what's cool is just the system works because people are just plugging in. Like they're
Yeah.
watching the trainings, they're like, okay, here's my launch post. And then they do their launch, and then they're signing, customers up, they're signing a few team members up. And it's just like duplicating. Even like the past few days, I mean, this is month 4. So it's just the momentum just keeps going and picking up as you grow. But yeah, it's incredible to see that that duplication happening for my team members, because that's another way that I've insanely grown as a person is in my last company. I'll be honest, I was surrounded by a lot of people that were a little bit more selfish. It was a little bit more you, it's on you to build your own business. And it was hard for me to like connect with that, because I'm like, well, like, you're my leader and I'm a leader. But I had that mindset of like, it's me, this is my business. Whereas now, oh my gosh, just being around you guys for 4 months, my growth in 4 months has been crazy to see. This is not about me. Like, this is about my wellness partners. This is about my customers. And like that to me knows, like that makes me know that I'm in the right place and that I know I can do this forever.
Yeah.
Because it's easy. Like it's way easier to be looking out for other people.
Yeah. Well, because then it takes some of the pressure off of your shoulders to where it's all on you. And by all means, when you join a network marketing company, you are your own boss. You are a CEO. Your results, your success or failure or whatever, it really is up to you and how willing you are to grow as a person and push yourself outside of your comfort zone, all of those things. But the beauty of network marketing and the beauty of residual income is that when you build a team and you build a really solid customer base and you focus on relationships above rank advancements, it isn't all on you, right? You develop those just relationships and connections and all of those things where you have a tribe of people that would follow you to the edge of the earth. And that's something I am immensely passionate about. And just a culture that Rebecca and I have worked really hard to create, within our teams. So I love that you touched on that, because that really matters. And drop matters in the comments if that's something that you're like, yeah, that's missing, right? That is missing from the industry, or that is missing from my previous experience. And it really does matter. Right.
And it's like, number 1, it's more fun, and number 2, you get better results because you're more worried about your people and being there for them. And so it's just like it's way better.
Yeah. Okay. So to close this out, let's talk about what you are most excited about, especially over the next like 12 to 18 months. What are you most excited about, and what are you like pumped up about right now?
Definitely timing of the company, because I've said before, like I've seen this happen in a actual live situation, and knowing where we're at in terms of the company building and knowing that momentum is coming, it's on the cusp, like you guys don't even know, like it's going to be huge. And the fact that we're growing at a pace that's very quick. I mean, I know that you're a lot like me where we go fast. And so like I'm excited to be with a company that also goes fast and like values that. But yeah, just insane growth. I mean, I'm somebody who, when I catch fire and I catch excitement, like I won't shut up about it. And people will know what's happening, because it's just my excitement takes over. So yeah, I'm excited just for insane growth. It's so fun to be a part of a company in the baby stage. And I just can't wait to see more and more people join this like revolution. It's a true mental wellness revolution.
Yeah. Let's touch on that really quickly too. So I think just to wrap up, like what we've talked about this whole time, you've experienced momentum. You know what it's like, where you just have people joining you and you're like, I don't even know who this person is, where they come from. Like that's momentum, right? When everyone is doing it, it's all over social media, and literally like it seems like every person in your town is partnered with that company and selling that same thing, right? That's momentum. You know what that feels like. But what really is the most exciting for you is that we have this system in place to help people get even better results you know, with you can have results without momentum, you can create your own momentum, but also like when we do hit true critical mass and we start seeing that just explosive growth, that we really do have all of these systems in place to make sure that people are taken care of and people are supported where they are and that they can get like long lasting substantial results. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I know what momentum is like, and I've seen my business go backwards
Yep.
after hitting momentum. I've felt attrition. I have literally been there and seen a significant drop in income, like knowing that that's not going to happen again. And
Yeah.
even if there's fluctuations, it's whatever. This type of system is not the norm in network marketing. Normally you hit momentum and it's just like, okay, like, you know, prepare for the downfall and prepare to like do things you don't want to do. Whereas with this, it's like you'll hit momentum, but then it's just going to keep going. It's just going to be legacy. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm not worried about going backwards, if that makes sense. If I were to join a team that didn't have a system like this, then I'd be worried. Then I'd be like, sure, let's ride momentum, and then it's going to be done. With this, it's so sustainable. It's the most sustainable system that I've ever seen. And that's why I'm confident. That's why my team members are confident. Like this is like home.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Lastly, let's talk quickly about the results that you are seeing people have on the products.
Yeah.
And what that feels like. Because in 3.5 months, you know, you're starting to see lives be changed from these products. What does that feel like for you?
It's so amazing because I'm newer. I'm newer to health and wellness and like taking like serious care of myself. Like when you travel 6 months out of the year, you eat a lot of fast food, like you don't sleep good. And I was totally feeling that. I had a lot of mood swings ever since my son was born, low energy, very just a lot of anger because I was not feeling well, stress, headaches probably almost every day. And so for me personally, I feel on fire. I feel like a high performer again. And I'm like wanting to work out. I'm feeling on fire. Like I just go all the time. And it's so amazing. It's so amazing to feel that way. And so for some of my customers, like a few of them are like, I don't like taking my supplements every day, but they're doing it with this. Or they're like, oh my gosh, I've tried the energy drink. I'm never going back. Just that kind of stuff is so encouraging to me. And a lot of people who are like me, who are young moms, but not wanting to take a nap every day. Like I was taking a nap probably every day before starting these products. And now I can't even sleep in. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, and you feel really good from the inside out. And I keep telling Shayla this. I told her this like 2 months ago. I remember I was like, you're going to be crunchy. I'm just going to let you know, like, you're going to be like drinking kombucha. You're going to be, you know, like wearing natural deodorant, like all of the things. Now you've got, you know, from the gift boxes that you've got for, you know, hitting your enrollment goals every month, you've got like a Himalayan salt lamp, you've got your yoga mat, like all of these things. So you're just like becoming more and more crunchy as the months go on, and you really start to feel the effects and the results of these products. And I just love that. Like it literally just warms my heart every day. So
my mom was over the other day and she saw my salt lamp and she's like, what is that? Because my family is not like, they're not into holistic stuff. So it's like, but it's cool because I know with my changes, the simple things that I do, especially with my mindset and my mood and like the things that I'm eating, like it's just a ripple effect. And it's going to ripple to my son and my husband and my mom. And that is what I'm really excited about. I don't have to push anything onto my family. They're just seeing the difference and they're like, this is cool. So I'm hashtag Team Crunchy.
Yeah, hashtag Team Crunchy. So tell us below if you are hashtag Team Crunchy as well. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Shayla, for hopping in here and talking about your results. I can't wait to bring you back, you know, in a couple months and tell about more results that you and your team are seeing. And really, I can't wait for you to come back here and interview your team members with the results that they're seeing, because I know you and I know that's really what your big goals are. So All right, guys. If you want more info, drop more info in the comments, send a message to whoever the person is that invited you into this group. You can go to the unit section, look through, find some more stories just like this with different leaders that we have on our teams, or you can watch some of the workshops, the past workshops that we've done. And otherwise, Beck and I will see you here on Thursday, and have a great rest of your day.
You guys.